Welcome back, guys. You just have me today. Grant's off doing some work around the property and it's coming up to Christmas. So what I thought I would do is just take you through some of the most used items that we have in our caravan and in the truck, in case you're looking for any Christmas gift ideas, or maybe you want to take advantage of the Boxing Day sales when they come up. So what I thought I'd do is I'll take you through all the things that we've used over the last 3 years and show you what they are, basically. If you are new here, my name's Bianca. I have been traveling around with my husband Grant and our 2 dogs for the last nearly 3 years around Australia, and we're currently now just at my dad's property for a little bit, and let's get into it. So first up, I thought I will take you through stuff that we have in the truck that we use on a regular basis. In the truck, I think one of our most used products, and we do get asked about this quite a bit, and I have told people that anybody who's come in the truck has wanted one and gone and purchased one themselves. It is phone mount. So I think it's pronounced scotch. It's a magnetic phone mount holder. So it just sticks on here with a bit of double-sided tape. And then you have a magnet on the dash and then a magnet on the back of your phone. And it just sticks there. I think basically we've had that mount we had it in the 200 and now we have it in the truck. And we've been running it for about 3 years now. When you stick the magnet on the back of the phone case, it works much better. I have mine underneath the phone case and my phone does fall off. But if you have it on the outside of the phone case, which I need to change, it basically doesn't move. You have to be in really, really rough corrugations for it to fall off the phone mount. But generally speaking, your phone stays there perfectly. I do believe they have ones that come with a Bluetooth charging or something like that. We don't have that one. We just have the cheap one that you just stick your phone to and you can plug your own cord in to charge it if you want to charge it. I think they're about $35 each. This item isn't actually related to the car, but it was in the car. So I've just picked it up and it's my hat. Definitely recommend if you're going to be traveling Australia, you do need a good quality hat. This is an Akubra. I think it's an Avalon and it's in the colour ochre. I love it. It's great. It's one of the felt flexible ones, so it doesn't matter if it gets all crushed up. And the brim's not too big on it, so it doesn't get in the way. I do have another Akubra which is inside the caravan, which I can show you that. That has a wider brim, which I use when we go on hikes and places where it's going to be really sunny and you really want that full coverage to keep you cool. But definitely a hat doesn't have to be this hat, doesn't have to be this type of hat, but you definitely want a hat when you're traveling. This next one is a UHF or a CB radio. So we have like the one in the truck. So that is all wired in and we've got the aerials and everything like that. But we also have these little handheld ones. It's a Uniden. I'm pretty sure I got this from like JB Hi-Fi. And this comes in handy when you are reversing or setting up camp or going down a 4-wheel drive track and you need to communicate with each other. It just makes it so much easier to be able to just talk to the person in the car or the truck and just let them know. Turn left here, over there, watch out for that rock. So definitely any type of UHF radio handheld is going to come in handy when you're traveling. Also good if you go for a little bushwalk by yourself. At least you can contact your partner back at camp if anything does happen. So on this side of the truck, this is where Grant keeps all of his tools. Let's come a little bit closer. So if you can see in there, basically Ryobi. Everything. You don't have to buy Ryobi, it's just what we have because we had that stuff before we left, and they have those replaceable interchangeable batteries. It's just easy to continue buying the Ryobi stuff because we already had it. Workshop blower. Can't even tell you how many times we've used this. Fantastic for even just blowing down the mat outside. great for blowing out the back of the car. Before we got this canopy, because this canopy is from Concept Canopies and it's pretty much dust free, so we haven't had to do that in this canopy. But before we upgraded to this canopy, we had to blow out all the dust out of the back of the canopy all the time. It just comes in handy. Workshop blower, definitely a must have. We have chainsaw. So this one is a 36 volt. We did have the 18 volt before that. It did fail and we used the warranty to swap it in, and we upgraded to this one. So I think this one's got like a 6-year warranty on it, so it's pretty good. But this is 36 volt chainsaw. Chainsaw always comes in handy. It's a bit heavy. Whether you need to get firewood or clear a track, chainsaw you definitely need to have. And these things are so quiet, you don't even know that someone's using it until you actually see them using it. Like, completely different to a petrol chainsaw. We have drills. I don't know, drills and torque wrenches. I don't know what this particular one is. If you are watching, you probably can tell, but we have drills and torque wrenches for putting down your stabilizer legs. Don't use the torque wrench for that. Fixing things on the road, the amount of things that have broken and we just need some kind of tools. Definitely have one of those. Okay. Over here, fishing rod holder. I believe Grant got this one from BCF. So it's a Berkeley one. I think he's from, I'm pretty sure it was from BCF. I'll find the links to things and put them in the description for you. But that is super handy just to keep the rods up out of the back of the canopy. Okay, next up, recovery gear. If you are familiar with our channel, you know that we do actually have to use this stuff. So we have, it's the All For Adventure, like Boss stuff. We got it in a packet before we left 3 years ago. I think they had the deal with all of the things, the soft shackles, snatch straps and the kinetic ropes. That thing, I don't know what that is called. So yeah, so this is all the Camp Boss stuff. It's come in handy, it's pretty good. I think you can buy similar from like ARB or TJM or wherever, but the soft shackles are lighter, obviously. You're saving weight, you don't have to worry about. And same with the kinetic rope, like it's a lot lighter than the old style snatch straps and D-shackles. A recovery tongue as well is also a great gift for people. And of course, like Max Tracks or Treads or whatever brand you're into for recovery boards. We've had both. I personally prefer the Max Tracks. I find them slightly lighter and they have a handle. When you have to walk half a kilometre down a track because you've just been bogged and then you don't want to slow down, you just want to get through that track and you'll end up carrying the Max Tracks all the way through. It's not fun when they don't have a handle. So the Max Tracks have a handle. That's the one I recommend, but you know, they all work the same. I just find that easier for me to carry. Do your dogs have to like lie underneath the caravan? Ours always do it. Sorry if you can hear like construction type work in the background. Yeah, sorry about that. Dad's just on the excavator. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, so caravan stuff. I think first up I would say is a chair. Okay, so I've got two different types of chairs. So they're both Wanderer. They're both from BCF. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the BCF chairs, to be honest. So this one is my favourite, I think. I like it because you can rest your head back, right? So I like that about the chair. And you can recline it back into multiple different positions. Because I like when you're sitting around the campfire to be able to lie my chair back and look up at the stars. So I do like this chair. The only problem about this particular chair is it doesn't really fold up really well. So it folds up flat. So it folds up like that and you have to store like a whole big chair. So we used to store this on the bed when we were using these chairs regularly to travel with. I do prefer this chair. I think it's super comfortable. With chairs and camping, you really want something like super comfortable. You don't want to be sitting in it for like half an hour and then you're sore, or your lower back hurts, or like it hurts underneath the back of your legs. I don't like that about the general like umbrella style chairs. I find they really hurt my legs, but this one, super comfortable. So this is our newer chairs. I say newer because we have had them, I don't know, probably about nearly a year. Also Wanderer, also BCF brand. This chair is super supportive of your lower back and it is really comfortable. Everybody who sits in this chair, like when they come around to our campsite or whatever and has a sit in one of these chairs, straight away they're like, right, I'm going to go buy one. Like super comfortable. Only thing I don't like about this chair is I can't put my head back on things and you can't recline them. You're like stuck in just this one position, but they are very, very comfortable. I think these are also like rated to like 200 kilos, which is fantastic because our dogs like to sit on our lap as well. And I'll put a photo in of Grant with Baxter on his lap. And I don't know how many kilos that is. It's not 200, but it's close. These ones, they collapse. They collapse up smaller, like one of those umbrella chairs. They do come in a bag as well, and we find them really convenient to just throw in the back of the canopy. So that's why we've been travelling with these ones, but I do prefer to sit in the other one. These also come with a cup holder, and there's a little pocket underneath the seat for your, phone or whatever. So the next thing that's out here that I would recommend anybody to have while they're camping is one of these stools. So they just collapse down to nothing. They weigh nothing. So you can also use them like to stand on. We use them as a little table in between our two chairs, footrest. If you're going over to someone else's camp, you can take it as a seat. You don't have to take your whole chair. And they have 150 kilo capacity as well. I think this one is from Road Tech Marine, maybe like $25. So super handy. So the next thing I have out here is a drink bottle. So this is a Yeti. It's like a 1 litre Yeti, and I find it really good because it has a really wide neck on it. So you can put like huge ice cubes in this thing if you want, which, I just splashed myself. So it has that really wide neck, so you can put heaps of like big ice cubes in there as well, because we have those big square ice cubes to keep everything cold. It has a little handle and the spout to drink from. I have just grabbed like a strap from a lunchbox and just tied it onto the handle and had this hanging when we go on hikes. So I'm hands-free, which is great. So I do love the Yeti. I will say the one thing about it that's not amazing is it doesn't keep my drinks as cold for as long as I would like it to. So we've had the Oasis drink bottles. I'll put a little picture in here. And I find them really good for keeping things cold. Like they will stay cold. If you put water in it, like today, 24 hours later, it will still be just as cold. It's really good. I don't think the Yeti holds cold for that long. I would say it's only about 12 hours and not 24. The thing I didn't like about the Oasis one is it doesn't have the handle and it doesn't have a wide spout, so you can't put ice cubes in it. That's a lot cheaper than this. So depending on your budget and what you want, you can make the decision yourself as to which one you like. But I do like this one. It is good for carrying. You don't drop it. I dropped the other ones so many times and they would have like bulges and bubbles out of them, but they did really well at keeping everything cold. The other thing is some kind of thermal cup. So this is just from like Woolworths. It's a Decor brand. Does a good job. Keeps everything cold for, a I think sometimes 24 hours, depends, probably about 18 hours. It keeps things cold and it's great. It's probably about 700 mils. You don't have to get this brand, but a type of thermal insulated cup is great for traveling. Other thing is this, I got it from Kathmandu, but I think other places have them. And this is a pack and go like backpack, and it takes up no space, weighs nothing, and it just folds into itself. So that's our backpack that we basically take anywhere. We need a backpack. We need to take extra food or towels or anything with us. I am going to look into getting like an actual waterproof backpack, because when we did some of the gorges, having an actual waterproof backpack would have been very handy. But this has done us for about 4 years so far. And it all just folds back into itself. There we go. So very handy. It has a little hook there. You can like hook this onto a bigger backpack if you then need to use it later or somewhere in the back of the car. Great purchase. Next thing, sand-free towels. We've had these for 3 years. I got a pack of 4. They're from Dock and Bay. And I got them from these ones from Dock and Bay because they are absolutely massive. Like, that's touching the ground at my feet and it's above my head. So I think these are like 210 centimeters long. They're about 1 meter wide. I hate going to the beach and having a towel that's too small and then you still get sand all over you because your towel's not big enough. We've had these for 3 years. These ones, they kind of feel like a chamois. So it is a sand-free towel and a quick drying towel. What I use them most for, to be honest, is the dogs. Now, because the towel is quick drying, it tends to repel the dog hair for some reason. So whenever I wash the dogs, these are the towels that I use to dry them off, because A, they dry really, really quick. And as soon as they dry, all of the dog hair just falls straight off the towel. And you don't have to worry about having all the hairs like threaded through all the fabric of all your towels. So these are fantastic. I also use them to cover like the couch and put them on the bed when it's been raining outside or we're in a sandy location, so I don't get all the sand in the fabric of the doona or on the couch. And I would say 4 of them is, I mean, probably I would even have more, because there's some days like when you're traveling and it's raining, you got to take the dogs out. Probably with your children as well, but with the dogs, I got to take them out. They're going to go for a wee. They're going to get wet. I bring them back in. I need to dry them. I need to wipe their feet. And then I need also something to protect the couch and the bedspread from getting dirty. So these are fantastic. So we have 4 of these and they fold down to nothing as well, and they take up like 0 space. So this is 3 of them. There's another one that's inside on the bed because the dogs were on there before. So sand-free towels. Now, with the sand-free towels, I was looking the other day at the sand-free like beach blanket. I think Dock and Bay do them as well. But I had a look at Tessellate and I've not used their towels before. But the funny thing is, like, I looked at their website and then literally like 3 days later, I had one of their people reach out to me asking me if I wanted to try one of the towels. And I was like, yes, I've been looking at them. So this is a gift that they've sent me and I haven't even opened it. So I was really excited because this is something I wanted to buy anyway. And I want to test it and compare it to the Dock and Bay ones that I already have. So this is a beach blanket. So look how big that is. So I mean, I chose this colour. Blue is kind of my thing. So, you know, it'll match everything in the caravan. That's blue. On the other side, it has this kind of pattern. I think all of them have this pattern on the other side, but it does feel a bit different. Like it has a bit more of a texture to it. It does kind of feel still like chamois-like. And apparently, like, these are sand-free and they hold twice their weight in water as well and then dry really quickly. So I need to test that out. But I'm really excited to use this and to use it as like a cover on the bed for when the dogs jump up there. Because to me personally, there's nothing worse than having sand or dirt on your bedspread and you go to get into bed and it's everywhere, or at least I can throw this over, protect the bedspread. The dogs get up there, they're happy, they're out of our way. And then before we go to bed, I pull it off and shake it out and then we're good to go. That is another option. Again, I'll leave links to everything in the description. But yeah, they have gifted me this and I'm really excited to use it and test it out for you. So I won't give a review yet because I haven't used it. One last thing out here before I go inside the caravan. We have Starlink. It is fantastic. And if you want to go buy yourself Starlink as a Christmas present, I highly recommend that you go do that. But also we have this case from Out Camp. So again, we've probably had this, I don't know, about 9 months. And it's a PVC case, just zips up, and then you put the packaging that your Starlink comes in inside this case so that when you pack it up every time, it's secure. And then we keep it in the back of the canopy. When we're going to go on dirt roads, we put it in the caravan on top of the bed so it's a bit more protected. One of these is a great Christmas gift as well. Okay, let's go inside. So in the caravan, one of the things we use every single day is, nearly every single day, is this little device. That's a Google Home, I think, Google TV. I'm not exactly what it's called here. But it's a little dongle that turns your TV into a smart TV. This was already a smart TV, but it only had Netflix and Prime on it. But with that, we get everything, plus you can add like the free ones like ABC, 9 Now, SBS, all those ones as well if you don't want to pay for a subscription. I think you can pick these things up for like $50. So definitely that's a very good one. It does just plug into the 12 volt, but you do need the high amp 12 volt plug. The other thing, let me get it. Okay, so I've just grabbed these from my bedside. That is an eye mask. It is a very old eye mask, stretched out. I need a new one. I think for me personally, this is a must-have. So anybody camping, you definitely want this. Generally speaking, your curtains are not like blackout. There's lights that are always on in the caravan. Our lights in particular have like a little red light on the button to press them. So you can see it in the middle of the night when you need to turn the light on, but it also glows throughout the whole night, which is very frustrating. So I sleep with an eye mask, so that's something I definitely recommend. The other thing is these are earplugs. So this is loop earplugs. You don't have to get this brand, but you can buy some from the chemist even. These, I think they're German, and they're like a little loop and they just kind of go in your ear. And these are the quiet ones which are made for sleeping. They're all silicone and they're quite soft, but they do take like a good month to get used to sleeping in them. But earplugs are a must because you might pull up in a roadside and there's like a truck who happens to be a refrigerated truck that pulls up next to you and they're going to have their generator running all night. Things like that. Earplugs come in handy for those if you want a good night's sleep. In my case, I have 2 dogs that snore and then Grant occasionally snores. So I definitely need earplugs. So next up, I would say, is Fusion Lock anything. So we have like the Fusion Lock hooks, the racks, the tail rails, soap holder, toothbrush holder, all of those things. Anything that's Fusion Lock you want in your caravan. And they're actually a little bit pricey if you think about it. I think they're like $30, $40 for each one, but definitely worthwhile because they're all just suction capped on and you can move them around if you need to. They usually don't fall off. Sometimes if the weather is like really humid and they've been on for a long time, they can fall off, but you just suction cap them back on and they don't leave any marks or anything. Okay, the other thing is a coffee machine. So this is the DeLonghi Delica, I think, or Dedica? DeLonghi Dedica? Anyway, I'll put it down in the description so you can see what the actual name is because I can't speak. Yeah, coffee machine is amazing. I think it's about $180. It like weighs nothing and as you can see, it's really compact and narrow. And it just has a grip handle and your frother on the side. And we have our milk and we just buy coffee grounds because obviously it doesn't grind the coffee for you. And we use it every single day. This has been in the caravan for 3 years. So we store it in the cupboard and I don't even bother about taking the water out of the back of it. It doesn't, if I pack it away properly and I close the cupboard door properly and lock it, it actually doesn't move. The water's never come out and it's perfect. I love it. One of the best things we have in the caravan. Okay. So the other thing we have is a soda stream. Definitely recommend getting one of these. Fantastic. You don't have to carry around all the bottles of soft drink or anything like that. You just buzz it when you want it and make your drink. We usually just carry a bottle of like gin with us and then the tonic syrup and then make our drinks up as we go. We don't really carry around like beer or anything like that because Grant is gluten-free. So beer is mostly out of the option. And sometimes we have like cider or things like that, but most of the time we just, use the soda stream. So Grant's been off doing what, yard work and stuff? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I've been just mowing and stuff. So he's just come back to the car and what have you grabbed? The workshop blower. See, comes in handy. It's so good. So I'm just about to blow down the deck and of the ride-on. It's just so much easier. Like, plus, I also can't be bothered to try and find father-in-law's petrol blower, so I just it's right there.
Yep. So definitely worthwhile getting that. Back at the truck, and the last thing I wanted to show you is something I haven't used yet. So I can't really give a full recommendation on it, but we've had this company reach out to us, Flextail. So they've reached out to us and offered to send us these products, this is a portable shower and this is a little portable personal insect repellent and like a little lantern. And they looked really cool. And I was like, so we get emails all the time from people wanting to send us product and things like that. And usually we just say no, but I was like, well, it looks kind of cool. And it's something that I probably want to use and try. So I said, yes, send it to us. I'm not going to give a review on it today. We're going to use it more and give a full review once we've tested it fully. I do want to show you the product in case it is something that you actually think is cool as well and you might want to order before Christmas. They have given us a code. If you use LLK15, you get 15% off. But I'm just going to show you what it is, but I'm also going to show you the shower that we currently have and use as well. This is the shower that we've, been traveling around for the last think we've probably had this for like 6 years, to be honest. We had it with our old like camper trailer. If you've seen that video from like 2019, just before we sold it, we had that camper trailer since 2016, I think. But we had this shower with that, and that's all we used as a shower. And I've always liked these type of showers. So basically it's just like a bilge pump. So you've got your shower head, you chuck this part into the water, and then you have a plug that plugs into like your cigarette lighter. And they work fantastic, and we just heat up some water and have a shower when we're off grid, like away from the caravan. And we've always loved this type of shower. Works perfectly. The only problem with this shower is you're limited to a cigarette lighter plug. So you need to set up your shower tent like next to the car or next to the camper trailer or wherever. And then you end up with like the water from the shower like flooding towards the car or towards your camper trailer. And then you might have to keep your portable toilet in the same spot or whatever. You're kind of restricted as to where you can set up. They are great, by the way. So this one is the new one that they sent. So Max Shower, it's called. So I haven't tried it out yet. I have plugged it in so it's charged. That's about it. So it comes in this container and that's what it looks like. So in there you've got, this is like your little pump and your battery pack. So you charge it with the USB. So I've just fully charged this up. You've got your shower head, and it looks like they're just little like hose connections on there. So that's your shower head. And then you have a hose, which comes out. Which actually, that's probably longer than I thought it was going to be, which is pretty good. So you have your little power pump and your little hose clampy bit is push that on until it clicks. And then our shower head and the other side, and push that until it clicks. I think this piece is like a hook so you can hang it up. To pull it apart, it has a little latch on it and you just lift it up and then release. Lift it up and release and it comes apart. So it's pretty simple. So I think you just double click it to turn it on. Yep, so it's running. And then I think we just put it into the bucket. We'll make sure that USB port is closed. Yep. Oh, we have a shower. Okay, and you can turn it off and on by the little head of it. That's pretty cool. So I think it has 2 modes. So, oh yeah, it's a bit stronger. Okay, so that's a little shower. Personally, I think that's pretty cool because then you're not restricted to just being next to your car or next to your caravan. You can, if you wanted to go for a shower down by the creek or the river or wash the dogs, you can take your bucket with you and this and have a little shower. I think it's pretty good. So that, again, and pack up, you just lift the thing up, unplug it. I think also this has like a little filter in there that you can clean if you do have some like dirt and stuff in the water. And then obviously you get all your water out of your hose. And we're good to go. We can pack it all up. So that's the Flex Tail Max Shower. There will be links to everything in the description, but if you are interested, we have a code LLK15 if you want to get 15% off of that. And the last thing, again, I haven't really looked at this either, and this is the Flex Tail Outdoor Mosquito Repellent and Camp Light, and it's called the Tiny Repel. So it's like a little, we have the, what's it called? The thermocell. So we have a thermocell and it's a lantern, because I like things that have a dual purpose. And this is like a tiny little version of that. So I've charged it. I hadn't looked at it yet. So we have 2 buttons on the front, double click, and the lantern starts to come on and it gets brighter. Until then it keep clicking, and then I think eventually it turns off. But you've got the lantern. I need to test this at night time to see how it is, so I might do that tonight and I'll put that footage in here. And then at the top we've got these little holes. So you put the little, if you've used a thermocell, they come with these little repellent like pads, and that uses heat to make it, I don't know, repel. Okay, so we've got these, a 10 pack that they've sent me. So yeah, they're very similar to the thermocell one. This one says Flex Tail on it. So I think you just put it in your slot, and then on here there's the other button. You would double click that to turn it on, and now we've got a green light on, and that will do its repelling. So obviously right now I don't have any mosquitoes or anything around me, so I can't test, but I reckon like this is, like I said yes because I was like, I actually really want to try this. I want to give you a proper review once we've tested it fully. But this, when we were walking like Bell Gorge and all those gorges up in the Kimberley, the amount of like march flies that were hanging around biting you, and they would just like follow you the whole track unless you were in the water. They were following you. In the fact that I have about 6 march flies circling me, even though I did put like Bushman's spray on, they're just out circling and biting. Like this clipped onto your backpack would have been amazing. And to keep them away from you, because I swear I killed, just on the walk from the car park into Bell Gorge, which is like half an hour, probably killed like 20. And then it's a little light as well, which is, I think it's pretty good. And it says on here that it's waterproof as well. So it seems like a pretty good product to me at the moment. I will give a full review once we've fully tested it. Again, if you do want it, we do have a coupon code, so LLK15, to give you 15% off. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you've found some of these items useful and something that you'd love to get for yourself as a Christmas present, a sneaky Christmas present, or for one of your friends or family members that are about to start caravanning. All the links to everything will be in the description. So we've been using all this stuff for like the last 3 years. Apart from the 3 products that have been gifted to us, everything has been tried and tested. On those 3 products, we are going to continually test them out, and then we'll give you a proper review in the future. So for the things that we already had and owned and use, I've tried to like sign up for like a referral program or anything so I can give you a discount. So where I can, I'll leave that in there as well. On the stuff that we already had that we've been using for 3 years that we absolutely love, that's in there in the description as well. So there's one last Christmas gift that I forgot to mention. It's not really a gift, but it helps you with the gifts, is I did create this wrapping paper and some Christmas cards with our 2 dogs, Frank and Baxter, on it. I created it for myself, but if you want to, you can go on and buy it as well. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Hopefully you found this useful and you've enjoyed this video. If you do, or you have watched our traveling content and you do love it, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys.